What's going on, guys? Today we're back with another video, and today, well, it's long overdue. We got the boat build. It's finished. It's been finished. It's been being fished off for quite some time now, but I actually lost the footage to this thing. The second half of this build, I lost basically all the footage. Well, I did lose all of it. It was a hard drive issue. I'm really upset about it still, you know, because the thing I wanted to do with this boat was really show you guys how to build this boat and like how I built it and why I built it this way. I was lucky enough that I got, you know, probably half the videos out, but the second half, unfortunately, I wasn't able to. And I got some big news at the end of the video, though. I don't want to get into it right now. I want to show you guys this boat, but stay tuned. I've got some big news for you guys. With that said, let's just get into this boat. I'm gonna start at the front, and then we'll work our way back, and I'll just show you guys all the cool stuff and all the ways I built it and all that kind of stuff. So let's do it. Alright, moving up front, we've got a huge front deck, way bigger than it was before. I think the front deck maybe went to where this hinge was, so it wasn't very big, and that was something we definitely took care of. But before we get into all that, up front we have a 80-pound thrust Minn Kota Fortrex. For me, guys, it's very important to have a good trolling motor on your boat, because a trolling motor can make or break a day. If you've got a trolling motor that's giving you a hard time and it's just underpowered, or it's just not a good trolling motor, it can really irritate you and mess with your day. So I knew I had to put a real good trolling motor on here. I got a good deal on this one secondhand off a guy who took it off his bass boat, and it's got a good home now. It fits well on this boat. It pushes it well, about 4 miles an hour when it's calm, and I don't ever have to worry about it being underpowered or anything like that. It's perfect for it. Next up, we've got the graph up here. This is a Helix 7 Mega down imaging G3N unit. I decided to go with the Humminbird units on this boat. I wanted to try them, and honestly, I think I like them a lot. Probably will be on the next boat as well. The plan is to get a big boat, and well, not the plan. We're getting a big boat, but I'll definitely run some birds on that. We've got our nav light socket up here. Our foot pedal goes into a recessed foot pedal tray. I really like it. I won't own a boat without one ever again. Actually, my last boat had one too, but I've got some friends who don't have it, and after a long day of fishing, you definitely notice whether you had this or not. It helps out a lot. We've just got a plate up here that we plug our trolling motor into, and then we also have tilt and trim buttons for the motor. That way we don't have to run all the way back there to mess with it. So that's pretty nice. And then the other big thing is we've got 2 5-gallon day boxes, which is pretty dang sweet because I can put just about everything I need, and I don't have to go digging through the big hatches at all. But let me show you guys these real quick. These are just some totes that I framed in. I did have to cut the lip off due to just the sizing and the depth I could do it. But yeah, it turned out pretty cool. One of the cool features about these guys, though, is I wanted lights in them. I wanted lights in every single compartment on this boat. But the problem was, if you wanted to turn, I do have a light down there. Let's say I wanted to turn that light on. Why would I want to walk all the way back there to turn the lights on that are up here? So what I did is I threw some switches in here, just some cheap ones, and bam, you got light. And you're able just to turn it on and off right here. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. I really like the way those turned out. We've got a second one over here. Pretty much the exact same. We've got 20-ounce carpet on this whole boat. It looks really good. We made sure it's all lined up so we don't have no discoloration this time. Last time we had some problems because we didn't order enough. But, you know, you learn, and you don't make the same mistake twice. So we also have some rod straps up here to hold the rods while we're running. I was going to get some nicer ones, but then after using these, I was like, they work perfectly fine. I'm just going to run with these. They're cheap, easy to replace, easy to install, and they do the trick. Moving back a little bit more, we start to get into the 3 main hatches. We do have a seat mount right there. I don't ever use a seat, but it's there. Let's get into these main compartments though. So right here is my main tackle compartment. You guys can see I've got some boxes in here, some tackle. I have taken some stuff out just because it is the off season now. Haven't taken this thing out in probably a month. Nor cleaned it since I took it out. But lights right here, easy to access for these main 3. I've got 2 lights right here. They brighten the whole thing up. You can see everything you're doing. I've got, you know, just a bunch of trays, plastics. It's kind of a mess right now. Line, all that good stuff. We've got a strut. We've got carpeted walls. Turned out really good. And I really like the way these hatches came out, because I made them like angled like the bass boat hatches, and I don't know, I just really like the way these came out. Worked out good. We've got TH Marine latches, locking latches, so I can lock these, and you know, you're gonna have a pretty tough time getting those out. But we'll move on. We'll move over to the center rod locker. This one turned out really cool. I really like this. It's got 9 rod tubes right there. You guys saw the build on this. It's got 2 struts holding it up. Nice center rod locker hatch. This is pretty cool too. You know, for your rod butts. I didn't want to do individual ones because you can stick more than 9 rods in here. You just got to have enough room back here. So what I did is I just made them open, like open voids right here. You just stick the rod butts in there, and I've never had a problem with any coming out. And I've taken this thing in way rougher water than I should have, but it holds and it does the trick. We've got some turf in there, nothing too expensive, just the cheap stuff. But that's the rod locker. So like, we've got the same latch there, as well as struts. Then this compartment is the same as the tackle one, but I just put life jackets, rain gear, coolers, weigh-in bags, all that kind of stuff, fire extinguishers. It's also got lights, so I can see, but it's kind of just where I put all that stuff that just kind of gets in the way. So I've got a nice big hatch for it that's dedicated. Also got the yoga mat, and that just kind of locks back down in there. Moving on to the console. I'll break this down for you guys real quick. This is the one thing that isn't quite finished. You guys can kind of see under there I got some wires. But the console itself is an aluminum console that I actually got, I actually bought off someone in the Facebook group. They helped me out a lot because the big tracker console that was originally in here just took up way too much space, like way too much space. So I had to come up with another option, and I reached out on the Facebook group, and someone was able to help me out, so that was pretty cool. I did keep the tracker steering wheel, so it does have the cool tracker logo. This switch right here is for the lights inside the main 3 compartments. I put it over here, that way it's easy to, you know, turn on and off while I'm messing over there. And then over here we've got, that turns on the side lights, which is pretty cool. I really do like those. That's pretty cool in the morning. This, I think this is for these back ones. Yep, I'll get into those in a second. Then this turns on our nav, our front nav light, and our anchor light and all that good stuff. Then we've got our bilge. Sorry it's all dirty. Like I said, I didn't clean the boat or anything. This is just how it was last time I took it out. I do got to clean it up though before we store it. Right here we've got a voltage, cigarette lighter outlet, some USBs, and then a switch to turn it all on. So, you know, if I ever need to charge anything, I can read my volts for my battery and all that good stuff. Really nice. Charge a GoPro. I do got to get a GoPro mount up here so I can start making some videos for you guys. Moving on, we've got our Flow-Rite premium kit. This is the timer as well as the switch. It's all kind of one thing. And then right here we've got our cable to for the valve in the back. I've got a whole video on that. I'll leave it up in the iCard. You guys can go watch that. That was a pretty good video. I'm pretty sure my last one before I lost all the footage. So yeah, we've got that all set up. That's just on an aluminum plate that I have riveted up here. And then we've got our control box. It's got all the good stuff that however old motor, 30-year-old motor has. But yeah, it works. It gave me a lot of trouble. Oh, and then we have our fish finder as well. This is another Helix 7. Just the MSI version. That way I got mega side imaging. That stuff's actually really impressive from Humminbird. And you can get it for a pretty affordable price in these 7s. So I'd definitely check that out. This is the G3N, so it talks to that one. All my waypoints, all that good stuff. Moving over here, we've got our seating area. So we kept the folding seat design. I really like that because it added a ton of storage. I've just got, you know, speakers, towels, extension cords, boat cleaner, just a bunch of random stuff. We got 2 cup holders here in the middle. I wanted originally to do like some sort of a flip up hatch right here because I really did want to do that, but because I went with such a big trolling motor, I didn't want all 3 batteries in the back, because there are 3 batteries in this boat. In between these 2 seats, I was able to perfectly fit 2 27 DC batteries side by side, and I was able to put them in series so that way I could run my trolling motor, and they work good. I have a spot over here that I left open, that way I can get to the breaker in case I accidentally flip that or whatever. I don't have to take off this, but it really only is 4 screws, so it's nothing too bad. So I was able to fit the cup holders, which were essential. I'm very happy I have those, and I might mess with some stuff on the side and maybe put like some trays over there. I don't know yet. That'll be in the spring if I do. Under here we've got another compartment. This is mostly just tools and fuses and all that kind of stuff, rope. Just stuff we need for either the motor or just the boat in general in case we run into some problems. This is the Livewell. You guys, there's a video on this. Turned out pretty good. We ran a 27-gallon tote that we cut down to size, and I really like this. It's a really big Livewell. I've had some pretty big fish in here, pretty big 5-fish limits in here, and holds them all well, and it keeps them alive. Does exactly what it's meant to do. Over here we've got 2 side compartments, and all these have lights as well, including, oh, wrong button, right there. So we've got lights in here. Lights are right up. I usually use this one for like drinks, food. Also got a bunch of random stuff in there like nav lights, scales, whatever. Over here I try to keep this one pretty empty for co-angler because you can fit like 3700 size boxes in there, so that's usually where they throw their stuff. Looks like we got some culling stuff over there right now. Other than that, back here we just have this main hatch for all this stuff. We've got a Group 29 DC battery back here, 6.5 gallon gas tank. I do have to mix my oil for this boat, so we've got all that stuff. You guys can also see the pump down there. It's all turfed. We've got a onboard charger. I don't think you guys can really see that. It's pretty dark. But yeah, that's the port for the onboard charger. That way I don't gotta reach down there or anything. So that's really nice. We've got our anchor light spot. You can also throw a YOLO tech on here and film, which is something I may do for this upcoming spring. And then powering this whole boat, we've got classic 50 45 horse Merc. I really did think we were gonna have to replace this thing. I thought it was toast, but turns out we replaced the impeller, put some new fluids in there, and she runs. She does leak a little bit of, I don't even know what, maybe gas, maybe oil, who knows. Starts every time. I'm no mechanic. Sometimes it gives me trouble starting, but it always does start. Hasn't left me stranded yet. So that's pretty ideal. But yeah, we run about 30. Well, I run about 30 with just me and a full Livewell in there. Maybe 35 if it's literally just me and a light load. But I like to keep all my stuff in here. You know, ton of rods, ton of tackle, all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, over here, I keep the net. We've got gator skins down here, gator skins in the front. So this whole boat is framed out of 1/16 inch aluminum, and I got all my aluminum from Nate. His prices are unbeatable. You know, I originally on my first boat, I was using aluminum from Home Depot and Lowe's, and that's 20 bucks a stick. That stuff adds up real quick. So, you know, you guys would be not too smart to go buy from there, because his prices can definitely beat that, and he's got everything you guys need. I'm talking from piano hinges to rivets, and then, you know, you get all that off the tinyboatnation.net website. They've got everything else you need. They've got latches, carpet, turf, whatever you want, seats, trolling motors, everything. You can literally buy a whole kit to do this for your guys' boat, and I truly recommend it, because there's nowhere where you're going to get a 17-foot boat anything close to this unless you do it yourself. And I'm super happy with the way this boat went. My only regret with it is that I did wood decking and a wood subfloor. I wish I would have avoided that, because the wood's just not that. I hate working with wood. I hate sealing wood. I hate cutting wood. It bows and flexes. And obviously it can get weathered fairly easily. But I got some pretty cool news, and I think, you know, we went through the boat pretty good. So I'll go ahead and get into that. Alright guys, so the big news is we are actually building another boat. I didn't think I was ever going to build another tiny boat. It wasn't really the plan, but I got presented with an awesome opportunity to do it again. And this time, it's literally YouTube based, so you guys will see every single part of it. We've got Nate helping out, the guys over at Tiny Boat Nation helping out, and we're gonna create something awesome. So this boat, I actually have to, I gotta build a bunch of stuff out of PVC so I can store this at a buddy's house. He was nice enough to let me store it there. And it's time to get this thing out of the garage and time to bring the new one in. The new one's actually sitting right out there. So I'm gonna show you guys through the garage window real quick what exactly we got going on. Sorry, we got looks like a salt truck. I don't know if you guys can see that over there. Yes, it is snowing. We got a 15-foot sea nymph that we are gonna be doing a ton to. We've got a bunch of aluminum from Nate, and we'll be working with the Tiny Boat guys. We're gonna create something pretty dang awesome out of that boat. I'm so excited to do it. It's a great opportunity for me because I really did want to film this whole boat. I've got some resources that I didn't have before, and the goal is just to create something pretty dang epic. It's a really good hull. It's got a nice trailer. So we drove all the way over to Illinois to go get it. It was a long drive for us from Michigan, but it was worth it because I also got to go meet Nate. It was really cool to see him and talk to him because he has helped me out so much, and he's also helping with that build. So it was great to meet him in person, and just the whole experience was good. We've got a ton of aluminum down here. We've got some hatches. We've got some crazy stuff coming. You guys just wait. I've got to get the cover, like I said, built for this thing out of PVC, and get this thing out of the garage, and then it's go time. We got a boat to build. So there it is, guys. I hope you like the build. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get it all documented like I wanted it to, and I didn't really film any fishing videos yet on it. I do have some pretty crazy days out of this boat though, so I'll definitely be filming out of it next spring, and then at the end of spring we're gonna put it up for sale, and we're gonna buy a glass boat for college. That's the plan right now. That's gonna wrap up today's video, guys. If you guys want to stay tuned for this next build, which I highly recommend, it's gonna be awesome, hit that subscribe button. Please comment and like, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.